Hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. We hit 3,800 subscribers this week and we're halfway to 3,900. Yay! So we're going to do another giveaway. So this is episode 283 and I will give you the details of the giveaway a little bit later in the video, but let's get started with what I have been working on this week. I'm storing everything in my Katrina's Creations bag. I've had this for quite a few years. So last week I showed you the virus shawl I was working on. So I've been working on that again this week and I think I'm almost done. I'm about halfway through the Pound of Love yarn, but here it is so far. You can see by the little marker right here, it's a little skein of yarn. There, you can see it. It's supposed to look like a little skein of yarn. This was, I believe it was Knitcrate one time, one of the little goodies they give you. So I've done a few rows since then. This, at this point, is probably about my wingspan across. So that would be about 6 feet across. It's not overly deep yet, but it does go part way down. It goes most of the way down my back to about my waist, so it's not real long. So I'm going to put a few more rows on this. So the Pound of Love yarn, I changed down into some smaller balls of yarn. I have the rest of them in here. So I've got 4 left. I've already gone through one and, well, a good bit of the skein of yarn, but the skein itself was creating a lot of yarn barf, which means that every time I pulled something it was getting knotted and I was yanking more out and a whole bunch of yarn would come out and it'd be a giant disaster, like all tangled up. So anyway, I'm going to finish this ball of yarn. We'll see how big the shawl is at that point and probably call it done, and then I'll use the rest of the yarn for another shawl. These are shawls that I'm using for a craft sale. So we have that. And then my knitted project you have not seen yet. This is the Boneyard shawl, and of course I'm halfway through the row, so I couldn't show you the whole thing, but this is the Boneyard shawl by Stephen West, and Kim made one of these. I accidentally showed it, well, I showed the wrong shawl last week and said it was the Boneyard shawl. The shawl that she sent me a picture of was actually the Rainier shawl, so you'll see it corrected in today's show and tell. But I am making the Boneyard shawl, and this is what it looks like. It is a triangular shawl. It's a simple pattern, and I'm doing it with gradient. So this is the lightest of the pink yarns. This was Knitcrate yarn from a couple months ago. I forget if it was from May or April, but it was one of those two, and it was gradient. It was 4 shades of pink and 4 shades, and then I got a second box which was 4 shades of gray. So yeah, so we're starting with the lightest of the pinks, and then I didn't want to start with the lightest of the gray because it would just be such a, you know, it just wouldn't show up between the pale pink and to have like a white color here, because the palest gray is almost like a cream color. So I thought, well, I'll go with the grays, I'll go the darkest to the lightest, and with the pinks I'll go from the light to the dark. So at least that's the plan at this point. And with this, the Boneyard shawl, you have a choice of having these little holes created along the edge and along the center, which are created by yarn overs, or you can make one left and make one right, and then it's solid and you don't have the little yarn overs. But I thought as much solidness as this is, I thought the little holes would be pretty. And you start at the top here with you make like a cast on tab, and then it starts growing from there. So let me show you the other colors that are going to be in this. So here are the other 3 shades of pink. This is the darkest This will be the one I use next, and this is the one that's in between. And this yarn, it is very soft. It is 100% superwash merino, and it's a worsted weight. So all together there are 448 yards of the pink, and then I have 448 yards of the gray. So it's just shy of 900 yards total. And here are the other grays. So this will be the next one, and then they're saying this would be lighter, but to me, or this would be the next one, but to me this one looks a little darker than this one. These two are very, very similar in color, but you can see this is a little more yellowed than I think this one is. So that is what I have been working on this week. What have you all been working on? So what am I reading? I have a new book. It is knitting related. It's called Death of a Knitwit, and this is by Peggy Earhart. Next to the Betty Hechtman series, which she has a crochet and a knitting series, this is probably my next favorite author, and that's Peggy Earhart. And I think this is probably like the 5th book. No, it's the 7th book. 8th book. Yes, it is the 8th book, because here are all the other ones that she has. I will put a link to this down in the description box under the Amazon store. If you look at mysteries, I think the title of the little area is Mysteries About Yarn or something like that. You'll figure it out. It's down in Amazon, and you can check it out if you want to get the book. But the main character is named Pamela, and her best friend who lives across the street is Bettina, and they both get together with the Knit and Nibble group. Well, Pamela is an editor. She helps do the proofreading for a fiber magazine. And so the fiber magazine is holding a fiber festival in the little town that they live in New Jersey. And the head speaker ends up dead after drinking some coffee. So now they are out to figure out what happened, how did he die. So I've just gotten started on this book, so I've just gotten to the death of the guy who was not a real nice person to begin with. So yeah, so now we got to figure out who did it. So that is what I am reading right now. Now it's time to tell you about the giveaway. So we have, like I said, hit 3,800 subscribers, and I do a giveaway every time we hit another 100. So the giveaway will run for 1 week. I will announce the winner next Saturday. In order to enter the giveaway, you must be 18 years or older, and all the rest of the rules will be down below in the comment, or the the description box, that's what it's called. It will be down in the description box with all the details and everything. But anyway, you have to be a subscriber, and the comment that you need to leave down below in this video will be what project are you working on right now. So that's all you need to put down is what project, I'm all tongue-tied today. What project are you working on currently, or projects or whatever? And then I will go through and I will put a little heart next to each comment so that you can see that I have read it. And I will then use random comment picker for YouTube next week before I announce the winner and let you know who won. So yeah, and what you will win, of course, is going to be a skein of yarn, but it's a mystery yarn right now. I will show you next week when I draw the winner. So mainly because it's probably upstairs in the craft cave and I didn't feel like walking upstairs right now. So yes, we'll just all be surprised with what we get as a prize for next week. So make sure you enter. Like I said, it will run until next Friday night, because next Friday night's when I will draw the winner and announce it. So yeah, so good luck to everybody. And thank you all for subscribing so that I have 3,800 plus subscribers. And like I said earlier, we are halfway to 3,900 already. So it looks like another giveaway will be coming up very shortly. Now, if you haven't already, don't forget to enter the Christmas in July fairies. I will put a link at the end of this video to show you which video you need to enter on, because you do need to enter in a very specific video in order for the drawing to work. So I will put a link to that at the end of this video in the end screens, and that way you can just click right over there and listen to all the details, what you need to do, and get yourself entered for a chance for a big mega prize from a whole bunch of us YouTubers. So that is the giveaway and the information. Wednesday's video is going to be a Knitcrate haul. It's not one of my regular Knitcrate unboxings like from their monthly subscription. They ran a really good sale where you bought one, you got one free. So I actually bought a box from one of their past months and got a second box for free. And then I bought some Mrs. Crosby yarn and got a box free. So altogether, or not a box, but a skein. So altogether we're talking 6 skeins of yarn. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday so you can see what I got. Now it's time for Enter, Come and Get It. Knit Picks is still running their summer sale, which is running actually till July 24th. You can click on the link down in the description box. The amount you get off is up to 65%. A lot depends on the weight of the yarn that you buy. So yeah, so it's up to 65% off. There's no code needed. You just hit shop now and start shopping to your heart's content. Another sale that is going on is Mary Maxim, and they have down in their clearance section, and again the link is down below, it is Red Heart Super Saver they have on sale for $3.99, Karen Simply Soft for $3.99, and Homespun for $3.99. So they have other yarns too, but those are ones that kind of caught my attention when I went over there and looked. So that's Mary Maxim. Jimmy Beans is running, it's not so much a sale, but they have advent calendars available for Christmas with yarn, and they have 3 to choose from. And I believe they're 10-gram mini skeins. So if you have 25 10-gram skeins, it's 250 yards, which is, or 250 grams, which is roughly, and it's fingering weight, so roughly the equivalent there is going to be about 2.5 skeins. I think that's what it would come out to, about 2.5 skein, full skeins size of yarn. So, and I think fingering weight is roughly for 100 grams, somewhere around 400 yards per skein. So you would get about 1,000 yards. So anyway, it is $150 out of my price range, but if you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. The link for that is down below. So that is it for this week. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for the Knitcrate unboxing and, well, opening of, yeah, all the extra yarn that I bought that I really don't need, but who can pass up a good sale? Good luck to everybody, and I will see you again next week. Bye.